Yo, what's good, YouTube? This is Jay from TNJ, and welcome to the Long Beach State Dynasty here on NCAA Basketball 10. Now, this has been a long-awaited series. I am so excited to get into it. So let's do it here and rebuild this program. Our head coach will be Rodney Ross Sr. Now, you remember Rodney Ross Jr. from the Whitetails Dynasty if you follow my series. His dad is the coach at Long Beach, doesn't have a great career record. We will take it over here and really turn around his resume. So let's not waste any time. Let's get into the roster. At point guard, true freshman Zion Storm, 5'10". Now, he is a guy that's going to make plays for everybody else. He can score the basketball. He is smaller, so he will have to have more of an outside game, but he is going to be lightning quick with the ball in his hands. At the 2 is going to be CS Bands. He is a defensive stopper. He won't really wow you with his jump shot, but if you need a guy to guard their best perimeter player, it's going to be CS Bands. He's going to be a great on-ball defender, and he's a freshman. We can definitely use him in a ton of roles. Now, at the 3 and at the wing will be Wendell Caesar. He's the best shooter on the team. He's probably going to lead this team in scoring. He is a senior, though. He's got good size, good length, 6'6", 195, but he's a senior. So, really, it's going to be 1 year of him, but I think he's going to lead our team in scoring and be our best offensive option overall. Now, let's talk about a hustle guy in the starting lineup. That's Jorge Takashi, who's going to be one of those guys that's going to be scrappy. He's definitely going to agitate some people, especially on the defensive end, especially going after rebounds, I should say, as well. And he's going to be an awesome contributor to the energy of this team. Now, who's the big man in the middle? 6'10", Baz Helcott. Man, he is going to be strong. But also, don't be surprised if he steps out and hits a jump shot. It's not going to be pretty all the time, but he's going to be a guy that's going to bang inside. He and Takashi might battle for that leading rebound guy for this squad, and he's a sophomore. He's just going to get better from here. Now, first man off the bench, Joseph Spratley III, and he is a freshman, but man, does he have some vision with the basketball in his hands. He has the size, 6'7", and the ability to make plays. Once he gets a driving game, he's going to be very, very good. Right now, he's got some pretty good talent as far as vision goes, but he'll definitely need to work on that jump shot. Speaking of jump shot, let's talk about our shooter off the bench, J.D. Joyner. He is a point guard, but he doesn't have the best playmaking ability, so he's going to have to shoot off of the dribble quite a bit, and we're going to run a ton of screens for him to get open on the perimeter. He's going to be a guy that's going to come off the bench when we need a 3. Now let's talk about a guy that's going to be a high flyer and just a hustle guy, Delmatrice Bomaye. He's kind of an all-around guy, doesn't have much of a jump shot, but look out for him on the defensive and running the floor on offense in transition. He's going to be a guy that's going to be a high-energy guy all the time off of the bench. Now let's talk about our best post player. That's Buster Howard. He's going to be amazing off of the bench, especially when we need some minutes to get some buckets inside. It's definitely going to be Buster Howard off the bench to get us that call. And he's got good size, 6'9", and I really, really like him. He's a junior as well. Now, the last guy is going to be Trevor Williams. If we need somebody off the bench to really eat up some fouls and play some good defense, come in for a few minutes a game, it's going to be 6'9" junior Trevor Williams. He's a great low post player. I really, really like his potential. And he is a junior. We have him for 2 years, so I hope that he will contribute quite well. Now, the rest of our roster, I got to be honest, isn't worth noting. These guys are just walk-ons, and I don't know if they're going to even make the team next year. And the only way they'll really play is due to injury. We have a 10-man rotation, so that's what we will stick with. Now, we are in the Big West, and we have a ton of rivals here in this conference. And one way I wanted to get you guys involved, I asked for your guys' info, and I went ahead and added you guys to the other rosters. So, the members on my channel are on the original roster right now for Long Beach State, but the rest of the rosters like UC Davis, like Pacific, those are all filled with you guys. Now, I won't go over every single roster and every single player I've added, but I did add quite a bit, and I actually still am adding guys in here. I had over 250 submissions, so thank you for that. And as new freshmen come in, I'm going to rename those guys to you guys as well, too. So each year, I'll probably ask you guys to submit a guy, and then I will kind of add those into the incoming freshmen on the opposing conference rosters, just to make it interesting when we go up against these teams. Now, our schedule is pretty decent. I wouldn't say we made it too tough, because I know we're such a bad team right now. Like I said, our highest guy on the roster is a 67, and that's Zion Storm. Everybody else is below that. Most of our starters and even our bench guys are in the 50s of overall, so I didn't want to make it too tough, but it is going to be an uphill battle for sure. So this conference is going to be important this year, because we really need to make some moves in recruiting. Now, talking about recruiting, I won't talk about that this episode. In a couple episodes, we will have the recruiting special where we go over the top high school prospects we're going after. But let's not waste any time. Let's get into this action right away. We are facing Arizona State here on the road, and their top guy here is Kurt Dumont, who they're projecting to be one of the best freshmen in the nation this year. But we'll have to see. He doesn't have the highest overall, but he might be their best option right away. So we do win the tip-off here as we start season 1. Here is Zion Storm at the top of the key here, 0-0 game as we work it around Takashi, who's not running much of a three-point shooter, but he gets it back to Zion Storm, and he has the first bucket of this season for 3. So here we are playing some good defense here as Arizona State can't get an easy one right in front of the hoop. And that's a good defensive effort by Takashi. There's some more defense this time. Hellcat on the rebound as Zion Storm pushes it up the court as he passes it around to Wendell Caesar, and it's going to be off. I'm looking for Caesar to really start out strong here, but here's Arizona State in transition, and he lays it in, making it a 3-2 game. Now you can already see what our MO is going to be. Try to work it around for perimeter shots as Arizona State takes it in. And that is going to be an easy 2 buckets that time. He may have got away with an and 1. So here we are working it inside finally, this time to Hellcat. And he lays one in, and that's his first bucket here in this series. So now in a 6-5 game, you can see Zion Storm with some playmaking, finally getting it around for an open 3. That is Wendell Caesar, and he makes it an 8-6 lead here. But here's Arizona State taking it in this time. Missed layup. He gets his own rebound, and that's laid up and in by Bill Beatty of Arizona State. So now in a tie game, just about halfway through the first, we are playing on 13-minute quarters as Zion Storm takes a 3, and he makes his second 3 of the game. He's got 6 early points. So here is Caesar, who was open, but he decides to take it in, and he is our best scorer with the contact, it looks like. Maybe the defense got away with the foul that time. So now in a 13-8 game, now working it inside, this time to Baz Hellcat, and he lays it in. And look at this, we're on a 10-2 run here, 15-8. So now with 5.5 minutes left here in the first half, and here's a layup by Hellcat again. You got to love getting him involved inside. I think we're just starting to learn this offense, so maybe working it inside out could be the thing here. As here's a jump shot this time in deep mid-range, and look at Caesar hitting these deep shots. So now in a 19-12 game, Bamaye, who's coming off the bench now, here working around Wendell Caesar. Here's J.D. Joyner at the top of the key. He's going to shoot, and he will knock it down. Now, I said that he will be that guy to make threes off of the bench. I'm definitely going to try to run plays like that when getting him open off of the screen. So now in transition here is Joyner. He's going to work it around to Caesar, taking a deep 3, and he hits it again. Caesar's got 10 points in the first half. What a half by our three-point shooters here. As here is Caesar now. He's going to hold it for the last bucket here with 10 seconds left, trying to work it around. Looks like we're trying to create some motion, but Caesar steps back out. He's going to take the 3, and it's going to be off. But a 10-point lead here for Long Beach State. And I really like what I saw. We are still learning this team, so we will make some early mistakes. But I am very encouraged by the outside shooting by Caesar Also, Storm hit one and JD Joyner off the bench. It's a 10-point lead here at halftime. So we did shoot 50% in the first half, 8 assists as well. You got to love that. And I will probably bump the minutes up to 15 minutes because that one did go kind of fast. And you can just see, what we're doing well. Limiting turnovers. We only have 3 so far. That was one thing that I was worried about because we don't have the best of ball handlers right now. So now we start the second half. Arizona with possession. Passing it inside, and a jump shot that time by the freshman Kurt Dumont over Wendell Caesar. So now with the 8-point lead, still Arizona State gets possession back, working inside to Dumont. He scores again. It looks like Dumont's starting to heat up. So now in a 4-point lead and another shot. And Arizona State is right back in this game here in the second half. But now in a 1-point game here, Storm trying to get around his defender, passing inside to Takashi, working it back around. Caesar for a 3 in the corner, and he knocks it down. There we go, 4-point lead here. As now we have possession. Let's see if we can extend this one after Arizona State went on a run. Passing around, knocked away, but here's Caesar with a deep 2, and he knocks it down. There we go. Caesar might go for 20-plus in his debut here in this series. So here is a throw inside. It's actually a pass inside, knocked away, but saved by Takashi. Pass around to the junior point guard, Bill Beatty. He knocks it down, and it's back to a 2-point game. So now here's a steal, and look at this transition. Let's see if they give it to Beatty here. He's been pretty good inside as they pass it around, and that is knocked down by Richard Davis, the senior shooting guard, and it's a tie ball game. So now in transition, looks like a quick 3, and that's off the mark from Wendell Caesar as Beatty takes it up the court, the lefty, number 50. He's going to probably pass around to the freshman. It's Kurt Dumont. Gets it back around to Richard Davis inside, and that is going to be knocked down. And it is going to be a lead here for Arizona State. They climb all the way back here, under 5 minutes left. But here's Long Beach State. We're still in this game as Hellcott knocks that down. And now in a tie game here, 36-all, 3.5 minutes left. Looks like we're trying to run a play here to get Caesar open at the top of the key, and he knocks it down. Wendell Caesar looks like he's going to lead our team in scoring easily. You can just see he's our best shot maker. So now with the 2-point lead, there is a fadeaway, and it's the freshman Kurt Dumont again. So 38-38, working it around, and there is a turnover by CS Bands. That was a bad pass. And here is Davis in transition. He's going to pass around to Dumont, and he makes an impossible layup. The freshman, Kurt Dumont. He's got 11 so far. So now just a minute left. Arizona State with the 2-point lead. Here is Takashi inside, and he can't make the easy one. And now here they are running in transition. Dumont lays it up, and it's off this time. And now under a minute left. Here's Storm pushing it up the court, working around to Caesar, who takes a 3, and it's going to be off. And that was an open 3. That was one that you want him taking. And now we need some defense here. Under 30 seconds left. Here is Davis trying to drive, and it's in traffic, and it's off. Takashi with the rebound. He's going to push it up the court. 20 seconds left. It looks like he's going to try to take it inside, but no, he passed it out. He's smart. Hold for the last shot. But look at Storm. He finds some room. He gets blocked. And it's rebounded by Hellcott, who can't lay it in under 2 feet from the basket. And that's 2 missed shots from our big men. Takashi and Hellcott missed 2 easy ones. So now this clock winds down after a couple of fouls here. We have to get it to 7 fouls, remember. And they knock down the first free throw. That is Bill Beatty, the junior. His second attempt is good. It's a 4-point lead. 0.3 of a second left. We just heave one up, and that is going to be the game. And we lose our opener here versus Arizona State. We had the 10-point lead in the first half, and we spoil it here. But very encouraging things. We're still learning our team, obviously. And I got to say, Caesar was impressive. He is definitely going to be a really good scorer for us here in Season 1. He hit some threes that I was very, very excited about. Also, JD Joyner hit a 3 off the bench. I definitely want to get him some more playing time, and I think that's what I'm going to do. I might move him into the starting lineup. You know, I like Bands, but he is more of a defensive guy, and maybe we just need another scorer on the perimeter in the starting lineup. Because just looking at our squad here, Hellcat had 8 points, 5 rebounds. Takashi had 8 rebounds as well. I really love the hustle out of him. He even had 4 assists. So that's something to keep your eye on. Obviously, Caesar led us in points, 17. But CS Bands, he had 0 in this game. And that's something that I'll definitely need from our 2 guards, some scoring. So I might move Joyner up to the starting lineup. And then I also want to get some of our bench guys more involved. Spratley, I didn't really use him too much. He's definitely going to be a leader coming off the bench. And we get our first loss, but it's only 1 game. I'm not really that down on it. Now, JD Joyner, like I said, I'm going to move him to the starting lineup. He has 76-3, and looking at Caesar, he has 80. Storm has 75. So at least we have shooters out there in our starting lineup. And just moving forward, we have a bunch of non-conference games, so we will get through those next episode. I'm not going to have, 1 game an episode. We're going to be getting through some games for sure. So that's going to do it here in episode 1. I was very, very excited for that game. I thought we were going to pull that one out, but we couldn't hit the easy shots down the stretch. Hit subscribe, hit that like button. Episode 2 is coming up soon, so stay tuned. Let's get it. Let's go.
I've been working hard for a minute. The ones who don't deserve it seem to be the ones that get it. The ones who speak the truth never get the recognition, but the ones that act foolish seem to get all the attention. It don't matter though, yeah. Hey, it don't even matter though. No, hey, it don't even matter.